All right, says we are live. Peace, and love, everyone out there. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new, please like and subscribe to my channel. Everyone else, welcome back and welcome. And we have a very special guest and a very exciting topic this evening. My special guest is Master Ashep. Welcome him. I think this may have been your first time joining us on Ask the Herbalist Hour. I know you've been on my channel before. And for those who don't know, Master
Yeah.
Ashep is a brilliant coppersmith, and among other things. So I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
All right, cool. Give thanks. So yes. So one of the things my person is known for is making copper jewelry, using
Mhm.
crystals and copper. And that is somewhat likened to gateway, as my person like to say, is gateway to the deeper facets or, other services that my person has to offer, which all centers around healing, not just any healing, but healing the soul in a sense, as we have this section called soul healing, which is an acronym. Soul is an acronym for Sons of Light. Sons of
Mhm.
Light healing or soul healing. We provide
Yes.
healing for the soul. And the disclaimer is not that the soul actually needs healing, that we provide healing for our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies so that they operate as one body, so that our soul, our divine unique expression from God can shine through and be experienced in its full potential. So yes, and that's done through crystals, which is again gateway or maybe like fast food. Then we have fine dining, where you will be served, which is the heart touch therapy, which is a
Mhm.
modality that assists with releasing various emotions and stagnant energy in the physical body, emotional body, mental body, and the lines of spiritual body. And then there's the what we call do it yourself, grow your own food, feed yourself. And
Mhm.
that involves more spiritual coaching and spiritual counseling, which we get
Yes.
to shifting the perspective and understanding, on the reality of life and what's happening and how to use that information in a practical way to have more alignment in all of our bodies and all of our lives in all areas and all dimensions of our lives.
Oh wow! So you really are a Renaissance brother. You do a lot. I forgot about the food growing that you do as well. So thank you for sharing that. Yes, yes, indeed.
Mhm.
All right. And so tonight's topic is about what's going on in during the summer months. The summer months are such a powerhouse of energy and light codes that are coming to earth. And summer is one of my favorite seasons, not just because of the warm weather, but to me, summer always represented freedom because school was out. We could travel more
Yeah.
growing up, and I still do a lot of traveling during the warmer months. So summer is a very special
Right.
time of year, and not just because of what's happening in the seasons, but energetically. So it's several cosmic events taking place in the summer, including the summer solstice, which is the longest day of the year, the day out of time, which is July 25th, in the natural time calendar, the planetary new year, which is July 26th, and the Lionsgate portal, which is going on right
Mm.
now as we speak. And all of these cosmic events are times in the year that usher in new energies, the energy of change, the energy of abundance and blessing, which is what summer has to offer. Our ancestors recognized, well, they had different calendar systems that most of which had 13 moons, um, you know, 13 moons or 13 months. And the planetary new year on July 26th is that supreme time of the year when the star Sirius actually rises in the galaxy in close proximity to our sun. So if you're up in the early morning hours around the time of July 25th, 26th, you'll see what looks like two of them rising together in the horizon. And it's a beautiful light display if you've ever seen it. But the star Sirius has such great significance to our ancestors, particularly in the ancient Nile Valley. They talked about star Sirius a lot, and I've done a little investigating about it. But when Sirius rose in the galaxy in July, namely on July 26th, or the days leading up to it, it also marked the time when the Nile River would flood with this rise, and that flooding would bring abundance and fertility to the land. And so summer is seen as a time of great blessings and abundance, and the fullness thereof of the things that we planted and set intentions for back in the spring. So I would like, us to talk about that a little bit this evening, because I know you know a lot about natural time and frequencies, especially with working with the kind of work that you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you share with us what you know about the summer energy on an energetic level?
Yes, and we'll start with the last thing that was said was a timing frequency. It's a timing thing,
Hmm.
which plays with the goes with the law of rhythm,
Hmm.
which is one of the seven hermetic laws that is known by, or seven universal laws or universal principles. For those who may not be familiar as much with, they are simply speaking the law of mentalism, the law of
Hmm.
correspondence, the law of vibration, the law of rhythm, the law of
Mm.
cause and effect, the law of polarity, and the law of gender.
Mm. Law of
Yes.
okay. Okay.
Mhm. And generally, there's also a correlation with the seven energy centers under the chakras with these laws as well.
Hmm.
However, just speaking again as the summer and timing and the law of rhythm, we're really speaking about ebb and flow. You know,
Yes.
everything has an ebb and everything has a flow. And so energetically, we're speaking about the flow of the summertime. And
Yes.
when we speak about that, we need a contrast. And as your person mentioned, the summer solstice is the longest day of the solar year. And by
Hmm.
contrast, the winter solstice is the shortest day of the
Yes.
solar year and the longest night. So
Hmm.
by comparing contrast energetically, we're looking at the winter season is more of the ebb season, and the summer season is more the flow season. Because again, we're
Yeah.
speaking about the flow as it pertains to life force and energy. And
Absolutely.
again, as your person mentioned on this planet about the sun, the sun is the giver of vitality of energy, causes the growth of things in a sense, so to say.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
during the winter season, the winter solstice, when the nights are the longest and the days are the shortest, there's less energy there,
Hmm.
energetically, to do things with, which is why a lot of the animals may hibernate. There
Yes.
really isn't a lot of growth during the winter season.
This is
Things may
true.
be alive, but not expanding. They're just simply alive, maybe in a more dormant state.
Absolutely. Conserving their energy, right.
Exactly, until that summertime comes.
Hmm.
And when we speak about the ebb and flow, especially of this solar cycle, there are two analogies that could really help put this in perspective. One is the analogy of the 24-hour day. The other analogy would be of growing of the food. For example, when we talk about the winter season, uh, that could be
Hmm.
likened to in a 24-hour day, say like the midnight. Is there's not too much going on, unless you work the graveyard shift or you're a party animal on the weekend or something. There was a song back in the day, the freaks come out at night. The freaks come out
Yeah.
at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but generally, like 12 midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, there is generally less activity, generally speaking.
Right.
Uh, and energetically, just like the winter season, that time of the 24-hour day is used for resting, restoration. Rest in a sense is short for restoration. So when we lay down to rest at night, it is time for our bodies to restore. We go into a more dormant state, and the healing takes place and things like this.
Mm-hmm.
And also, again, from a growing standpoint, there isn't too much vegetation that is actually still growing and flourishing. It may be alive, may go on the ground, and may just maintain what it has until the springtime come before it can really start to grow again. So again,
Yes.
energetically speaking, this winter season is like for doing very little, very nothing. And so when you come into the spring season, the spring equinox around March 21st is
Mm-hmm.
can also be likened to when we arise. When we after
Mm-hmm.
our restoration, we get up, wipe our eyes, slowly start to move around, brush our teeth, throw some water in our bodies, a face or something like that. Maybe break our fast, prepare for the
Mm-hmm.
day, So we're slowly getting acclimated and slowly doing some moving, similar to the springtime when things are slowly starting to happen. The energies, the sun is slowly, the life force of the sun is becoming more and more. Because after the winter solstice, the days, every day gets a little bit longer. And when it
Yes.
comes to growing food, that's like, some people may, if they haven't done it already, will plant what they call seedlings or start their seedlings. Put seeds in the ground, or put seeds in the house in the cups so they can start to grow. So as the springtime comes, they can put them outside. And
Mm-hmm.
again, just like the 24-hour day, before lunch, we're kind of getting off into the rhythm of our day, our activity. We got a nice little flow going. Okay, things is happening. The same thing with the plants, stuff starting to come out the ground. Oh, we got something going here. Okay, you
I like
know.
how you connected that with the times of the day. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Which leads us to the summertime. And the summertime may be likened to that time after lunch. After lunch, we like, okay, we warm, we hot now. We not just warm, we hot. We got that meal in us, gotta either have something to eat, got that break. We ready to close the day out.
Mm-hmm.
The energy's high. And generally speaking, during the day, it gets more hotter like after 12, before the sun sets in a sense. So,
Yes.
after 12, it's like, oh baby, we grooving and moving, shaking and baking, just like that summertime. The energy's here. Oh baby, it's out here. Let's we doing the daggone thing. And the same with the vegetation. You start to see some fruit come along. You say, oh, look at
Right.
these. Something's growing right there. Tomatoes coming up, peppers. Oh man, watermelons. We actually begin to see the tangible
The
form,
effects.
something that we
Mm-hmm.
can, the effects of what was put in. And so, in the context of that, that's what the summertime's all about. Just seeing, being privy to the growth, the expansion.
Yes.
Things is in full bloom. They moving,
Yes.
which will again take us into the fall season, which will lead us to the time when we get off work. We're
Mm-hmm.
feeling good. Slowly begin that wind down on the commute home, or if we at home, putting the work things away, making that transition, maybe have some dinner, and more importantly, begin to reflect on the day, you know, and saying the success, congratulating yourself on those successes, and then those things that weren't quite a success, be like, okay, we got a lesson from that. We know what not to do. So we can
Mm-hmm.
take this out, do this way. So it's about the same as the fall season when it comes to getting your harvest. You know, everything is ripe now.
Yes.
So you're getting the ripe fruits. If they gotten overripe, you don't mess with them. If they're not edible, like the leaves, even though most leaves are edible, but we prefer the fruits, like the tomatoes versus tomato leaves.
Okay.
The cucumber versus cucumber leaves. So those things that we wish to ingest, digest, the actual fruit, the meat
Mm-hmm.
of our works, we take those into the harvest time. And then we just prepare the same cycle again for the winter season as far as we had a good harvest and we're going back into the winter preparing to restoration, right? After we have reflected, looked back, cleared out all those things that was not beneficial, took what we needed, and we can have a very peaceful rest. And the same as a 24-hour day, we have a peaceful rest once we feel good about the day. We put out all the fires, we got the lessons we need, our clothes is ready for the next day. We know what we're gonna to eat, the lunch, everything is already prepared. So we begin to go in that winter season, that restoration period once again with a clear conscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
And wanted to share it in that context because that's the lifestyle that my person has been engaging with for the past few years. Really looking at the winter solstice as a time of, and the winter solstice, for those who may not be as familiar, is generally around December 1st,
Yes.
right before Christmas, and shortly before the New Year. And
Mm-hmm.
so, even with that, it is uh, not completely detrimental, like celebrating the new year on January the 1st, and people have the New Year's resolution. Because in a sense, they're still, because generally we start the resolution, those who do resolutions will start them before the 31st. So like in November, December, beginning of December, you got to
Mm-hmm.
begin to think about those resolutions. So in
Yes.
some way, we're already preparing for the upcoming solar cycle. The only suggestion may be made of those who are not is maybe not as much partying, because traditionally we've known to like Christmas parties, more than one. Then you got the New Year's party, and then there's the not just the parties, then there's the gifts. A lot of times people want to exchange gifts, and then there's the anxiety or the emotion that comes around the parties, the
Mm-hmm.
socializing around at times. And from a certain perspective, that can be counteractive to to planting within our spiritual, our seed, our vibration, those
Mm-hmm.
things which you want, because it's good, like with planting seeds, it's good to have fertile soil.
Yes.
And whether we talk about on a nightly meditation after our day, where we relax, we're creating fertile soil, or certain times throughout the year, like at the solstices or equinox, specifically the winter solstice, we want to just do more relaxing to create fertile soil in our spirits for these things to take root and take growth. So again, just wanted to put it in context
Mm-hmm.
so that like moving forward for those who wish to, if it resonates, if you haven't already made the shift, can begin to look at the solar year a little differently and to prepare for the summer 6 months before it gets here. Some say prior proper planning prevents piss poor results. So that prior proper plan, like 6 months before,
Mm-hmm.
the summer solstice, will be ideal to have a very beautiful, wonderful summer. And would also suggest this, because again, this is in the context of a solar cycle, and some people may not have had the time of the awareness to really fully get up into the winter season, the winter solstice with planting, just really meditating on how they wish to be, the things they wish to manifest during the spring and summer months, which
Mm-hmm.
is okay because that's where we operate. We operate conscious and unconscious. And so just be mindful that whatever's happening right now in the summer month is because either consciously or unconsciously we called for it from our being.
Mm.
And
Deep.
just like
Okay.
right, and just like at the end of that workday, it's like after lunch now. And we know we only have so much time before it's time to get off work and it's wind down time. Go have a drink, go party, let your hair, whatever you want to do. Ah, that fall season is coming, and
Mm-hmm.
not, by this being August, the next month will officially begin the fall season with the
Yes. With the
um,
equinox. Yes.
equinox.
Mm-hmm.
So even as we begin to close out the summer, and even into the equinox, if we have the mindset of it's already done now, you
Mm-hmm.
know, the energy is not for starting anything new. It's really not for initiating anything new, right? And it's not really for making any major changes. And the reason why, again, is because although the energy is here in the summertime, again, we're coming towards the end of the summer. And so what's really happening, all this excitement, this hyped up energy is bringing forth what was already there. So that's why, again, it's not, it's almost like going upstream in a sense.
Mm.
If you wish to make either some major changes, you
Yes.
know, or to just start doing something new. And say
Yes.
it's almost like putting seeds in the ground now. Like, guilty of that. Maybe about a few storms ago, maybe a month ago, put some watermelon seeds, start planting watermelon seeds. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, people are eating the seedless watermelons.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guys from North Carolina, the trucks are out here, the seedless
Oh yes.
watermelons are out.
Yeah, they're
And
out.
so my person just experiment, and the brother Breath Master Aaron, been working with him and on the land and growing. He was
Yes.
like, just see what it do. And they may not have time to reach their full maturity. You
Mm-hmm.
may get some that you can eat from it. You may. However, even if you don't, it's not a waste because it goes back into the ground as recycled.
Yes.
Right, again, so that's the context again, like with growing food and farming, when we're looking at the energy of the summer season.
Mm-hmm.
As the summer begins to wind down again, it's not really time to start planting new stuff. It's a time to really just look at what's already going on, and if
Yes.
it's, if you're benefiting from it, ride it on out. It says, okay, we're gonna just ride this thing on out. If it's somewhat challenging, in a sense, just maybe slow down enough that says, what can we salvage? What are the lessons we got from this? Almost like it's like it's going to be a loss. It may be a loss,
Mm-hmm.
on a certain level. But if we take our focus on woe is me and say, okay, it really didn't work, but what can we still get from it so it's not a total loss? With that perspective on using the summertime, especially in August, we still are energetically in line with the energies of the summer.
Yes.
Again, because the energy is already here, and we're not going to go against it by saying let's do something different than what has already been put out there from us.
Mm-hmm.
And the universe gives increase to it. The sunshine, the fruits grow,
Mm-hmm.
the sunshine on us. Whatever we've been thinking about is growing. So again, the summertime is all right here for us. And if we haven't really been attentive enough up to this point, it's okay. It's okay. Because we get what we get from it and just prepare for the fall season and the winter season. So next summer, we own it, baby. We are on it.
Absolutely great. Thank you for sharing all of that. That was great. I see I'm not the only person who make their my intentions for the year. I do it around the winter solstice. That's been like a tradition of mine the last several years, and I make a long list of things that I want to achieve around that time. So those thoughts and those ideas can um, start incubating in the mind, and then they bring forth and they slowly come into manifestation over the next few months with the spring and the summer. So that's awesome. Wonderful.
Right.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good. All
And
right.
yeah, and as your person was speaking about like the serious energies and the sun, and
Yes.
those things, just it seemed like they resonate hand in hand, because the more we are prepared, like within our attention in the winter season, so
Hmm.
when the summer comes and all this galactic energy is like raining down like manna from heaven,
Yes.
again,
Yes.
it is assisting us with our intentions that we already did.
Mm, that's heavy. That's heavy. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think of it like that's
Right.
not gonna play. Yeah, you're
Right.
absolutely right. That's what's happening. Yes. And so
Hmm.
right now in this the fullness of the summer months, and we are experiencing this, like you said, this manna from heaven, or this influx of more energy coming from Sirius in particular, or as well as other stars, but that one has a great influence on us during the summer months. And excuse me, this week that we're in is actually the week of something called the Lionsgate portal, and I'm hearing a lot more talk about it now, so it's getting more popular. But the
Right.
Lionsgate marks a new cycle of time and creation and spiritual power. And I discovered that the lion gate actually was depicted in ancient Kemet in the hieroglyphs as two lions facing each other
Oh.
around this like doorway or a circular portal. And folks who are listening, time is not linear as we've been taught by the Gregorian calendar in the West to think time is actually cyclical. And
Uh-huh.
so when we say the Lionsgate port, a lot of people think it opened up on August 8th at 8th 8. No, it didn't. It opened up. It started gradually opening weeks ago, but then it
Right.
has this like a climax, a culmination around the 8th, correct?
Uh-huh.
And then
Yes.
it
Uh-huh.
gradually starts to close. But during that time period, a lot of energy, like you said, from Sirius is coming in, a lot of pure cosmic energy is coming in that will
Yeah.
help energize us. So just think of it like in the summer months, the earth is getting more sunlight. That's what makes things grow and gives us that warmth and that abundance. But not only is it getting more sunlight, light represents power, life.
Mhm.
We're getting more life force energy, more cosmic energy during this time. And
Information.
yes, information, light
Mhm.
codes from Sirius, downloads, all of this is going on right now. And it's just heightened during this time. We have a question in the chat. What is the Lion's Gate and how will it affect us? Would you like to answer that? And then I'll give it a shot.
Oh, sounds like your person just answered that question. Uh-huh.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, continue because yeah, again, just really heard about the Lions Gate, even more so
Oh, okay.
like recently, like this year, maybe faintly
Okay.
in years past, but it's
Mhm.
becoming so much talk about, but yet haven't done any like any further research on it and
Okay.
or really use it as of yet. So yeah, a student at this point of learning about the Lions Gate here at the same time. So
Oh, okay. Well, the
yeah.
Lion's Gate is called the Lion's Gate. Is the actual portal that allows energies to come in mainly from Sirius, and it's a just a strong surge of energy coming and healing frequencies
Uh,
coming to Earth at this time. And we know that different types of energies are present, like you mentioned with the equinoxes, the solstices, um, the what is the main one you mentioned? The winter solstice is different types of energies that are
right.
present. So during the this Lionsgate portal, there's a strong influx of codes or energies that are coming in, for lack of a better term. And so it's
Right.
called the Lion's Gate because the ancient Kemetic people depicted it as a gateway or a portal with two lions facing each other, one representing the past, one representing the future. And the lion, if you look at the symbol of the animal, that's a great spirit animal, if you will. And the lion represents power, spiritual, particularly spiritual power. The lion represents royalty, um, majesty. It's also Leo season. So that
Yes.
may be another reason why they use the lion to depict this, to represent this portal.
Mm,
But I know lion represents majesty and power. And if you look throughout the world, you see depictions of lions, and lion off is also a great, like the supreme protector, because if you let's go to Asian cultures, you see lion statues outside of Asian restaurants, some of the temples and important places in China. I used to study kung fu, so I used to see these images a lot. And you see the
yeah.
lion often. You also see the lion dance during the Chinese New Year, and
Uh,
they will dress up and wear the mask with the lion, and it's symbolic of the lion chasing away the negative spirits and the hurtful things, or just the past, which you don't,
right.
which you no longer need, which you no longer want. The lion is
Mhm.
chasing away, making room for the new energies, keeping away the bad spirits, if you will. You see lions outside of places because it represents the power and the strength, and like symbolic of them protecting the home.
Mm.
um Many people talk about the Lion of Judah, being a symbol because lion represents protection, regality. It's one of the top animals in the food chain. I
They
wouldn't
say it's the king of the jungle too.
Yeah, they called it the king of the jungle for a reason, right? And then
Right.
usually when you see the lion represented, you often see the male lion more so than the female. They're both powerful, very powerful hunters. That's another thing to study. Study the actions of these animals. These animals are very precise with their hunting. They
Uh-huh.
may not be the fastest, but they're gonna get what they're going after.
Yeah.
They the cheetah, I think the cheetah got them when it comes to speed, but when it comes to agile and
Right.
striking your target, the lion is very powerful at that. If you ever watch them or observe them, and they are quite quiet at times when they are reflecting or contemplating their next move. So I'm thinking all of those are reasons why it's called a lion gate, because maybe it's telling you that you got to be like the lion and just sit back and observe before you pounce. Observe and pay attention
Right.
to your surroundings, and remember the past is behind you. But let's focus and keen and make your intentions sharp, or which
Yeah.
you want to bring in for your the new year or this new cycle of time, because there's really many new years throughout the year.
Yes,
throughout the year.
indeed.
It's not like a single new year because it's like it's a new beginning all the time. The spring is a new
Right,
beginning. The summer
right.
solstice is a new beginning, and then there's a great new beginning in the winter solstice. So it's like there's new beginnings throughout the year.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think the Leo also is ruled by the sun. If I'm not mistaken, I think when I was studying
Yes.
astrology, Leo is ruled by the sun.
Mhm.
So that may be
That's
another
fun.
reason
Yep.
why it's called the Lion Gate, because the summer, this is like the fullness of the summer months.
Ah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of correlations there.
Mm-hmm. And you see how it's all
Mhm.
interconnected, the synchronization.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
beloved, that's why it's called the Lion's Gate. How will it affect us? Many people are becoming more sensitive and aware of these energies, in particular this summer, because I'm hearing a lot of people telling me that they're having very strong ascension symptoms. um, Dizziness, lightheadedness, vivid dreams, insomnia, or oversleeping. Some people are sleeping too much. Some
Uh,
people say, I can't sleep at all.
uh,
Very vivid dreams, visions. Some people are having um, prophetic dreams that they never used to have, and just a burst of creativity may come through you. You know, you may all of a sudden feel inspired to do something new, like paint or make music or start an exercise, regimen or something. So all of this is a part of these energies that are coming in. You may be hyper emotional right now, which
uh,
I'm seeing a lot of that. Yeah.
uh,
So you may
yeah.
you may feel, and that's okay, because maybe these are emotions that you haven't dealt with, feelings you haven't addressed that need to come to the surface so that you can release them. Don't suppress it. Look at it as a part of your healing, a part of your growth. Embrace it, accept it. You know, just let it come. Don't hold that stuff inside. Let it come
That's
out if
right.
it has to come out. Spend more
That's
time
right.
outdoors. Enjoy, the fullness of the summer. Just take advantage. I know it's been super hot here on the East Coast, and a lot of people complaining about that. But like I told a family member, don't complain about the heat. At least we got heat. Everything is growing in abundance. Enjoy that part. My garden is looking great this year, so enjoy
Right.
that part. Enjoy that. Give thanks for that. Like you always tell me, give thanks, right?
Yeah.
Give thanks. Give
Yeah.
thanks for that. Give thanks.
The
Use this
laughter
hot
is,
summer
yeah.
sun to energize your crystals. Do something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was laughing. That was really funny. Just reminding people about complaining against about the weather.
Mhm.
Because what first thing came to mind is something. So depending on who it is, my person remind people you're complaining about God.
Mm,
Especially if nature's a reflection of God. Oh, it's hot out here, Lord, it's hot out here.
indeed.
It's like cursing God. God, why you do this? Why has it got to be this way? Why can't we be some other way? God, you got it wrong. It ain't supposed to be like this. I
Mhm.
don't like it. You doing it. You know, that was one thing. It was just rather funny because so many every day. That's like like almost like a negative thinking, stinking thinking in a sense. You got to guard
Yes.
yourself from. Uh-huh. And there was something that also came to mind, more practical as your person speaking about the energies,
Yes.
and along the same alignment of guarding yourself, boosting your immune system.
Mhm.
Recently, about a month ago, my person was told to increase your movement.
Mm.
And the specific reason why, well, first of all, just as a reminder for those who may not be as familiar, movement, when we do movement, is like fire. That's representative of fire. We're moving because we're getting heated up.
Yes.
We're heating.
Yes.
So what we're doing is
You
cultivating
burn up
our
those
internal
toxins.
fire. Right,
Mhm.
right. hmm And another thing that happens is like this stagnant energy, the stress that they say that can kill you if it becomes too much. By moving, it's a way to release that stress. And pretty much any movement can release stagnant energy. Yet specific movements like with yoga,
Mhm.
which is designed to move specific energy channels and specific organs and tonify these things in general.
Hmm.
So, and the reason why my person was spirit said you got to move more is because again everything is heightened in the summer,
Oh
and
yes.
the way society is right now is even more so trumped up with more fear, with more anxiety, more depression,
Yes.
more anger,
Hmm.
more grief. It's like all of the low vibrate emotions are also heightened.
Yes, they
You
are.
know,
Energized. Yes.
they're energized, right?
Right.
And
Right.
so by us moving more in the summer, just whatever you're moving, just move a little bit more. It also lessens the chances of being triggered because those of us who are watching this, and we're on the journey of self healing. These are all just different conversations about different perspectives on how to make these things applicable and practical to our life, so that we can heal ourselves holistically.
Hmm.
And so, we're looking at energetically, um, healing from our own traumas, from our own
Hmm.
wayward thinking, shifting our own paradigm. As we says, oh, we used to do things this way, but we want
Hmm.
to do it this way now. And so movement literally helps facilitate the removing of our old programming because it moves that stagnant energy out of the body. And again, because things are so much energetic right now during this summertime in this society, by us moving more, we lessen the chance of all of that low vibrating energy to really trigger the things that we're looking to get rid of.
Hmm.
So it just really increases our immunity to be subject to those energies that are so permeating right now. So much out there. So
Absolutely.
so almost they say stress kill. If you don't get enough sleep sometime, you may
Hmm.
find yourself catching a cold or your physical health may go bad because you didn't get enough sleep in a sense. You didn't get
Yes.
enough rest. The body's weak, so your immune system's weak. The same thing energetically. The more we move, especially during the summertime, increase our own internal fire. You say we're
Hmm.
burning up toxins, we're getting rid of stuff so
Hmm.
that our flow is our chi is flowing. And
Hmm.
so those low vibrating emotions don't really have a chance settle
Yes.
in and things
Say
like
that
that.
again. Yes, absolutely. They don't have time because you are moving. Movement is medicine. You absolutely right. And it
Hmm.
boosts your immune system. That is so true.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, just
Yeah.
wanted to
Because
share
the
anything.
weather been so warm here. We had like we've been having frequent um thunderstorms in the evening. I used to exercise in the evening, and it seemed like every day I wanted to go out to run or walk, it was another thunderstorm. So I said, I had to change my schedule and go work out early in the morning before it gets too hot. So
Uh
that's
huh.
something else, you can do to adjust instead of complaining about the heat. If it's too hot, maybe find somewhere to work out indoors. Maybe spend more time at the pool or at the
Yeah.
beach, something, the cool and refresh yourself. Use the sun to your advantage. Not only is it helping the plants grow, charge your crystals, lay outside in the sun, sunbathe, sun gaze a little bit, charge your own body, temple up.
Yeah.
Um, Somebody told me something and I never brought two and two together, but I grew up in a rural town in Virginia, and my grandmother didn't have a dryer, so she used to dry her clothes on the clothesline. So I
Yep.
learned that skill. Oh, you did? Okay, I learned that skill, how to hang the
Yep.
clothes up, and the pins, and how to overlap.
Yep.
So
Yep.
somebody, you did too. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So someone
How to hang the
told
shirts up
me,
from the bottom so you don't get the
yeah,
clothespin
you
line
have
to the
to
top.
use the bottom hem to hang up. You did too.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Uh huh. Little
Yeah,
tricks. Little
she had a
tricks.
specific order of how to hang stuff up.
Yeah.
And um jeans, I think too, we hung upside down maybe. But
Yep. From the
anyway,
bottom of the pants. Yep.
but
Hmm.
anyway, I found out someone was sharing with me just the other day. We were talking about this, and they said that when you dry the clothes outside, the sun actually disinfects them. So if there's any germs or bacteria in the clothes,
Uh,
the sun will disinfect it and your clothes will be cleaner. And I never thought of that. I said, okay, well that's powerful to know. So now I know, start doing that again.
yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Same here. Because
Yeah.
do a lot of washings by hand now, because
Hmm.
it's and just hang them up on the clothesline here,
Yeah.
and just
I
need to
have
take
one
this
too,
clothesline
but
outside.
try
Yep.
it outside on the porch and just leave it, for a little
Yeah.
while, or if you have a
Yeah.
balcony or something, and let the
Yep.
sun dry it. And another thing, I
Yep.
don't know if y'all folks did this, but my grandmother and my aunt, when they used to make iced tea in the summertime, they would let it sit outside in a glass jar for a few hours, and they called it sun brewed tea.
Right. Right.
And I haven't done that in a while, but because I use mostly plastic stuff now. I got to get out of that. But they will put it in a big glass mason jar. And I know you got some.
Yeah. 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 Uh-huh. Ironically enough,
um,
knew about the sun brewed tea, just never actually personally did it.
no,
But to the
try it. It's delicious. It something about it. I guess it activates the sun activates or helps the tea leaves release more nutrients. I guess.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's stronger and I don't know. It's just different. Just now that I know what I know, about
Right.
spiritual energy, I guess it's more charged.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But do charge up the water though. This is a
Sun.
small
Okay.
shungite here, right? Uses a shungite crystal
Uh huh.
and have a 5 gallon glass water jug. Got it from
I need to get
Amazon,
one of them.
and fill it up with filter the water here at the house, fill it up, and then put the crystals up in there and set it
Uh-huh.
outside for like 3 days.
Mm.
So the sun charges the crystals, which it charges up the water. So it's sun brewed water or sun charged water.
Sun charged water, right? And
Yeah.
how does that make you feel? You notice a difference because it has crystals and the sun's energy in it. How does it make you feel?
Well, it definitely tastes different. Definitely notice the taste of it.
Hmm.
It's been doing it for so long now. Um, it is, it's really hard to say, because even when first doing it, because I have such a lifestyle working with crystals, and how you do so much at one time, it's kind of hard to pinpoint what exactly is doing what,
Hmm.
and especially if it's not majorly noticeable. But over the course of years, you do notice some changes that's happening. So, unfortunately, really can't specifically say the details. However, the theory says it's a solid theory, and those who some people, because people who come by here, we share the water with them. Most people do notice a taste, and some people do say they feel something once they drink it. This is different feeling this water. So
Hmm.
again, it really depends upon your constitution. But someone who's been doing stuff like this for years
Hmm.
and really not as subtle enough to really notice the benefits, just more so intellectually, and it tastes good.
And it tastes good. That's what. Yeah, and that sun brewed
Yeah.
tea tastes good. But I said I was gonna try that again. I'm gonna try it with lemonade, limeade too, and see if that'll charge it and make it stronger and more concentrated.
Seemed like it would.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Can't hurt to try. So okay. Well, thank you, my brother. This has been a great um, discussion and learning session because I learned so much from you about being more aware and more mindful of the energies and things during the different seasons and the time and frequencies in the year.
Hmm. Yeah. As I
Okay.
say, there's a time and season for everything.
Yes.
Usually the season let us know what the time it is. The season dictate the time, not the
Mm-hmm.
time dictate the season.
Facts. Facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you share with the listening audience how people can contact you? I know for your amazing work that you do. You could put it in the chat, maybe your website, your email, how you want people to connect with you for the wire wrapping or the other services, especially this soul healing,
Okay.
the SOL
Uh,
healing.
chat with everyone in the studio. Let's see.
You see the
Hmm.
the live comments.
Yeah, see the comments, not see how to
Okay, I'll put it in there. What is the website?
oh, soul SOL healing.org. SOL healing. Soul healing. SOL healing.
Or and you have a email or another way to reach you? Or that's
Phone
your
number's
preferred?
good. Direct, yeah, either you can put the direct phone number down there. You know, we like easy access. You know, old
No,
school. You know,
I put this
what's
so
happening?
basic.
Yeah, the number's area code 281
Wait a minute. 281
905
905. Okay.
8556.
8556.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna put this in here. All right. All right, so there it is at 281-905-8556, and your website
Yep.
is soulhealing.org.
Yep. That's it.
All right, then. Thank you so much for joining us this evening and sharing this information in our Ask the Herbalist Hour, as we all are learning and remembering how to live in harmony with the earth and with one another. So we thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. Give thanks and
Indeed. Good. Thanks for the invite, Queen Tamar.
thank you. We'll see each other again very soon.
Dude, looking forward to it.
All
So,
right then.
Steve Star.
All right. Peace and love, everyone.